Hello my fine feathered friends, my name is Decoy and I'm going to be bringing you a little Let's Play series on Anno 2070. This is a game that I've had a little bit of a dab into. As you can see, I've already done the first chapter and I'm a little bit into the second chapter at the moment, but I haven't played too much into it, not a lot. So we're going to do a continuous game today, and on normal, just to make
Confirming.
things a little balanced. And we'll just kick it off here. So I'm going to go as the Global Trust, as I am a bit more efficient than I am hippie. Yeah, so this game itself is pretty beautiful. The, the balance for it is not your typical real-time strategy game or sim building game. It's a mixture of supply and demand with a little bit of combat, but the combat's very limited what I've seen so far. So let me just get right into this game and start it out. Okay, so this is the Ark.
All systems on.
The Ark is
I
where
am
you
at
start
your
off. So this is your pretty much your home base, and the Ark always starts off next to an island, which automatically gets discovered. Now, the first thing you have to do in Anno is get your base ready, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Island's nice and big. It's got a little river here, which is good for some sand farming. Sounds a bit weird, I know. Right. Not bad, nothing too fancy. Pretty decent. Alright, so I'm going to start off my warehouse right here. And the warehouse itself allows me to build industrial buildings in this circle. The next thing I have to build after a warehouse will be a city centre. You want to build that as far away from your industrial area as possible, but it still has to be touching that circle. So that circle here and this circle here still have to touch, so I'll do it right about
New
here.
buildings available for construction.
FYI guys, if this little tooltip thing here, if you do happen to purchase the game, you go into your settings, then go to interface, and right click menu. It's defaulted to off. You want to change that to on. It's incredibly helpful, just being able to right click and select your initial buildings such as your worker barracks, roads and depots. That being said though, you can still move things around. You can add things to it as well. So let's just say I want to add this. Well, I'll figure it out later. Can't remember how to do it. Alright, so we've got our shipyard set up, our warehouse, and our city centre. The aim of this game is to produce resources and to be efficient enough to balance your electricity, eco-balance, and continue building more resources in so you can please your people and then go up to the next tier and the next tier. In this playthrough we're going to be doing pretty much just the first tier only. Alright, sorry about that, back in business. Yeah, I think that was an autosave, it kind of just froze the game. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is get some people, because right now all that we can build is houses and building modules. Now, houses require building modules. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but I'm going to build these little roads next to my city centre. Oops. I did mess that one up a little bit, but I could easily right click and destroy it. Okay, so let's see this house. Here we go, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses, each with the potential to have 8
The neighbors also
residents in
think
them.
we have it good here.
There we go, with the potential of 8 residents that live in here, which is great. Right now I have where is it? 6 residents. But as time goes on, those residents will start to increase. Now, in order for me to build more of these, I need building modules. So if I want to make building modules, I go into here and I realize that I need a basalt crusher for granules, and then a smelter, which turns granules into building modules. So I want to build one of these right now. Before I go ahead and do this, if you see in the top right corner of this box, it requires 2 electricity. Now I've only got 5, because as you start out, you only start out with a handful of electricity generated by the warehouse. So you got to be careful you can't overload yourself, because right away that costs 1 and that costs 2. So we'll be down to 2 electricity. It's fine, we can do this now. So once again, I can only build in this area here, obviously not in the water, but close by. So I want to build this pretty close. Not too close actually, I'll build it over here. And then I will build... Oops, I already had that menu open, didn't I? The smelter. And I'm going to link them up with a road. Now the roads are important.
That fight a little while ago? Oh, you should have seen it.
Residents need roads attached to their houses so they have a community feeling to them. But when it comes to buildings like these, if you can build a road next to it, you actually have a supply truck coming to pick up the supplies. Now you don't need a road, but it does make it quicker. This little guy here is a hover guy of some sort, and he will fly over, pick him up and drop him back, but he can't do too much at a time. The cars are much more efficient and faster, and once you start getting more depots, they'll start using the roads as well. Alright, I'm back again. We're starting to build modules. So this thing is crushing up the ore in the ground, which is great, and transporting it instantly to this place, which is starting to build modules. It's only at 10% because it's only just got its first module. First granules, we'll call you. But one thing I am noticing is that we are low on electricity. So I'm going to chuck a few more houses down because I can. Not too many. And then I'm going to build a power plant because we're going to need power to continue this. So right now I can use a rotary extractor or a coal mine. In order to get the coal mine, I need eco-employers, which is the second tier of residents. We don't have that at the moment, and it's too costly to try and go for that right now. So we're going to go for the standard rotary excavator. These are much larger than normal. I do think they give off a lot more pollution, eco-balance wise. Let's have a look. -5 to eco-balance, as opposed to -2. That's pretty much it. They don't use any electricity, which is great. So we've got that up and running, and now let's get the coal power station running. Here we go. So this hasn't got anything coming to it yet, but as this generates, we've got a lot of coal deposits. This is going to start receiving these coal deposits and generate a load of electricity for all of our residents. So then we can continue to build more and do more things. So I'm going to build a few more houses. I'm starting to get more modules in, which is great. Here we go.
Additional buildings now available.
Ooh. So because I have enough residents, I have more buildings. This is a little checklist you can go through. Not too important, it's just notifying me that I'm doing the right thing and I can start building more. Okay, so I've got a few residents here now. These are my workers.
Got it all here.
And this is where my factories are and such like that. Pretty good balance. But I'm going to start to need to get to level 2. I want to keep getting better buildings and be more efficient. So what you need to do is look at what these residents want. Right now, they eat fish. That's their food. The community aspect is based on linking via roads. So they're all happy with that too. Just link these up too. There we go. So they've been linked by roads, which is a good thing for them. The other aspect is they want something to drink and they want activity. Now, normally we'd think, okay, let's go straight in and start making something for the drink, but fish, where's the fish coming from? We actually started with a resource of fish, but that isn't permanent. That's going to start dwindling away. So we need to build a fishery pretty close by to everything else. Build it here. So that way we can start getting fish in straight away. And keep them happy. Because if they run out of fish, they're going to be very, very unhappy. Alright. So that's going to do its own thing. Straight to the depot, it's going to start supplying the town with more fish. Everyone's going to be happy. So we're still building modules, we're getting food.
Oh, the hard work doesn't bother me, because everything else is going great.
The next thing we need to do is build them their drink. Now, we should have enough employees. Yes, we have enough employees now to make a distillery. Before we couldn't do that before. We also need rice fertility, and generally the starting islands will have rice fertility. Get into that a little bit later. I'm going to build this right here. No, I'm going to build it here.
Eco balance. Values syncing.
And then I'm going to click on it and select the rice paddies and where you want to put them. If you press the middle mouse button, you can realign them to line up more easier. Okay, so that'll start. These will start growing, producing the rice, and then they'll start supplying the town with drinks, which is great. Just to have a look at
That fight a little while ago? Oh, you should have seen it.
these guys talk too much. Alright, so this is going to start increasing soon, but we need to know, okay, we need an activity for them. And it showed me there. The activity is a casino. Casino, we need 144 tycoon workers. We're at 93. That's not bad from these little houses we got here. 93 is quite a lot. So we're just going to improve on this. Now, it's always best to build the infrastructure first, as your houses must always be attached to a road. I'm going to start building out this way a bit. I don't want to build towards everything else, but I'm going to cap off this end. 1, 2, 3. There we go. One, two, three. Perfect. So splitting my barracks, and I've got enough for 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. So I've got plenty of electricity. My eco supply is not very imbalanced at all. It's pretty much smack on. I'm almost out of modules, but I'm still producing them at a relatively reasonable rate. And I've got plenty of tools. I'll get to tools in a minute, but tools are what we'll need to build more of these supply buildings. Not supply buildings, these production buildings. Here we go, my rice paddies are all up and running. Now, doing it, working at 100%, and there we go, we got some water for all the residents. They're starting to increase their drink satisfaction, which is great. The next thing is that they're up to 106. Yes, 106. See if we can speed this up a bit. I forget how to do this part. Oh, there you go. Hold down the plus button.
Oh, the hard work doesn't bother me, because everything else is going great.
Holding down the plus button, everything's going a little bit faster. It's great. Trees kind of swaying a little bit from left to right. I'm at 126, 130. Do I have enough? No, I might need one more building, to be honest. One 132, 137, 138. Ooh, come on. 144 is what I need. 149.
My wife has finally found a job. That'll
is
make
it.
things easier.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 12 barracks to make the 144 amount if they're all maxed out. May take a little bit longer, but we're about efficiency at the moment. Trying to keep a good balance. So one more resident.
New buildings available
go.
for construction.
Alright, so we got the resident we needed. So I'm going to start a casino, which needs 4 tools and 4 modules. I'm going to smack that right here in the middle. everyone can get a good look at it. Connected via a road, always important. And I'll add a few little decorations to it just to pretty it up. Let's down this tab here. Type in ornamental buildings.
Registering change in demographics.
And put some street lights. These are actually relatively expensive, but my city deserves it because they've been working very hard for me. Alright, so you probably noticed a change in demographics.
I
That's
still
this
can't
building
believe I
here.
got that promotion. Man.
And you'll start to notice these other buildings will start advancing, increasing themselves, which is great. That means that we're moving on to the second tier. And once we have these new employees, because we had workers before, now we've got like employees. The employees will give us the opportunity, there's another one over here, of building new buildings such as the tools or the concrete. And as I was showing
Game
before,
saved.
the coal mine, we can now build a coal mine if we had access to a mine. But we're not going to do that now. Okay. So that's pretty much the first tier. That's what you need to do to get to the second tier of Anno. So right now I've got a good solid economy coming in. I've got my power plants being supplied by my coal and my modules being built over here. My distillery here with my fisheries here. That being said, my little tiny city over here. Everyone's really happy. They're all within range of this casino because wherever you place this, they have to be within range to receive its benefit. So I'm really happy with that. And alright, so that's it. I'm going to leave it at this for now. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the next video. Thanks heaps.